My favorite thing about Shipt since I signed up for Target Circle 360? No price markups when I order same-day delivery from tons of local stores. Only a handful of alcohol retailers and items don't count. I won't lie, I've had too much fun being like, markups on groceries? Not in my fridge. Markups on pet food? Not for my DOG. Markups on tools, electronics, home goods, meds? Not in my house. Anyway, it's awesome. Order now at shipt.com/360. Terms apply.
Enter the world of sports the way you want with EA Sports College Football 26. Whether you rise through the ranks as a coach or chase greatness from high school recruit to Heisman, build your legacy and wear your colors with pride. Buy College Football 26 now at go.ea.com/MVP-bundle and bring glory home today. EA Sports College Football 26 is rated E for everyone. Includes in-game purchases, including random items.
This podcast is supported by Progressive, a leader in RV insurance. RVs are for sharing adventures with family, friends, and even your pets. So if you bring your cats and dogs along for the ride, you'll want Progressive RV insurance. They protect your cats and dogs like family by offering up to $1,000 in optional coverage for vet bills in case of an RV accident, making it a great companion for the responsible pet owner who loves to travel. See Progressive's other benefits and more when you quote RV insurance at Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pet injuries and additional coverage and subject to policy terms.
Dealing with hidradenitis suppurativa, HS, is tough. But you're not alone. Before I started Cosentyx, I looked at the website and saw it had many years of clinical research. That made me feel confident.
Cosentyx secukinumab is prescribed for adults with moderate to severe hidradenitis suppurativa, HS. Don't use if allergic to Cosentyx. Get checked for TB before starting. Increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur, like TB or other serious bacterial, fungal, or viral infections. Some are fatal. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms like fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, had a vaccine or plan to, or if IBD symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions and severe eczema-like skin reactions may occur. Learn more at 1-844-COSENTYX or Cosentyx.com.
Don't wait. Ask your dermatologist about Cosentyx.
BTW, FYI. Visit Nexplanon.com RN to learn about Nexplanon. It's an gestural implant, 68 milligrams radiopaque. Or ask your HCP IRL. Okay, TTYL.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Building open or closed ecosystems, a question of organizational strategy and leadership abstract. This article explores the strategic decision between open and closed ecosystem approaches for businesses. Drawing on 15 years of management consulting experience. The article argues that neither approach offers a universal solution.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. Between two-factor authentication, strong passwords, and a VPN, you try to be in control of how your info is protected. But many other places also have it, and they might not be as careful. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity is stolen, they'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast for 40% off. Terms apply.
Get lost in the acoustic brilliance of 3D audio that surrounds you. Feel the embrace of the massage seats that adapt to your every move. Experience the warmth of a vehicle that welcomes you as you approach. We could tell you what makes a Lincoln SUV so extraordinary, but don't take our word for it. Take it on a test drive at the Lincoln Summer Invitation with exclusive offers on now, only at your local Lincoln retailer.
Smart Water Alkaline with antioxidant.
Whoa, that's refreshing.
And a 9.5 plus pH for every way you move.
I did take a Spain class today.
Restoring like a pro. Smart Water Alkaline with antioxidant. For those with a taste for taste. Grab yours today.
Parents of tweens, if you're familiar with far-off drop-offs...
Dad, stop, right here.
Or get DMs about what's for dinner, you may be experiencing tween milestones. For your son or daughter, these can start at age 9. HPV vaccination, a type of cancer prevention against certain HPV-related cancers, can start then too.
For most, HPV clears on its own. But for those who don't clear the virus, it can cause certain cancers later in life.
Embrace this phase. Help protect them in the next.
Ask their doctor today about HPV vaccination. Brought to you by Merck.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Got a car to sell but no time to waste? Hop on to Carvana.com to get a real offer for your car in seconds. All you have to do is enter your license plate, answer a few quick questions, and if you accept the offer, Carvana will pay you as soon as you hand the keys over. They even offer same-day pickup in many cities. Save your time, score some cash, and sell your car the convenient way to
Carvana.
Pickup times vary. Fees may apply.
Shopping is hard.
I can never find anything in my size.
I don't even know my size.
I buy my clothes the same place I buy my groceries.
There's a better way. Make it easy with Stitch Fix. Just share your size, style, budget, and done. Your personal stylist sends pieces picked just for you.
That was easy.
Stitch Fix. Online personal styling for everyone. Free shipping and returns. No subscription required. Get started today at StitchFix.com.
Hi, welcome to IKEA.
This is my college campus.
Correct, but I see you're on IKEA.com ordering some college items.
My daughter's room is pretty bare. We need a lamp, some comfy pillows, her favorite stuffy.
Dad! With pickup options, we've got what you need to conveniently order IKEA. Literally anywhere.
Sweet. More time for gaming.
And studying. Wait, where are you going now?
Got to show the ultimate Frisbee team how easy it is to order from IKEA. Get IKEA whenever, wherever, however you want. Choose from thousands of pickup locations, affordable delivery options, and more.
Choice Hotels get you more for your money so you can maximize any road trip. Let's get real close to hear the maximum sizzle of Comfort Inn's free hot breakfast. Maximized. Check into more. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
¿Hablas español?
Sprichst du Deutsch?
Kann du Norsk?
If you used Babbel, you would. Babbel's conversation-based techniques teaches you useful words and phrases to get you speaking quickly about the things you actually talk about in the real world, with lessons handcrafted by over 200 language experts and voiced by real native speakers. Babbel is like having a private tutor in your pocket. Start speaking with Babbel today. Get up to 55% off your Babbel subscription right now at babbel.com/Spotify. Spelled BABBEL.com/Spotify. Rules and restrictions may apply.
With each presenting distinct advantages and trade-offs that must be evaluated against a company's specific context.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Have you ever spotted McDonald's hot, crispy fries right as they're being scooped into the carton? And time just stands still. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Open ecosystems foster innovation through collaboration. Diverse thinking and network effects, while closed systems provide greater control over user experience. Intellectual property protection and profit margins. The article presents practical considerations for organizational decision-making, including industry norms, organizational capabilities, customer needs, and governance structures, supplemented by industry examples that demonstrate successful hybrid approaches. Rather than advocating for either extreme, the author recommends a nuanced, context-driven strategy that may evolve over time, emphasizing that the most effective ecosystem design aligns with a company's unique vision, capabilities, and industry circumstances. As a management consultant with over 15 years of experience advising a wide range of organizations on strategic initiatives, I have frequently found myself wrestling with the question of whether companies should build open or closed ecosystems. There is no simple, one-size-fits-all answer. Rather, the optimal approach depends greatly on a company's vision, mission, industry context, and leadership priorities. Today we will explore the core advantages and disadvantages of open versus closed ecosystems and discuss practical considerations and provide industry examples to help leaders thoughtfully navigate this important strategic decision. The case for open ecosystems. While closed ecosystems allow for tighter control and larger profit margins in the short run, research has shown that open ecosystems fare better in creating long-term value and stimulating innovation. As scholar Henry Chesbrough posited in his seminal work on open innovation, not all the smart people work for any single company, and internal ideas are not the only ones that can generate value. Chesbrough, 2003. When organizations embrace openness by inviting external partnership and collaboration, they gain access to a much broader pool of ideas, technologies, talent and markets. This open exchange of ideas also fosters a spillover effect that mutually benefits all participants. As an open ecosystem grows, the collective talent and resources within that ecosystem multiply exponentially, a classic win-win scenario. Enkel, Gassman, and Chesbrough, 2009. Real-world examples like Linux, Android, and HTML web standards have demonstrated how open platforms can scale to become globally transformative technologies through the network effects of widespread adoption and contributions. Some key advantages of open ecosystems include faster innovation through greater diversity of thought and accelerated learning effects. When a wide range of participants are encouraged to experiment freely, new solutions emerge organically from the emergent behavior of that highly complex system. Surowiecki, 2004. Lower barriers to entry. By making core platform technologies openly accessible, new entrants face fewer obstacles to participation, attracting more developers, startups and complementary solutions that further expand the ecosystem. Boudreau, 2010. Greater resilience through decentralization. When power and responsibilities are distributed more widely across an ecosystem rather than concentrated within a single entity, the entire system gains redundancy and adapts more dynamically to changes. Page, 2007. Farrell and Salona, 1985. Network effects that supercharge adoption rates. As more people and organizations participate in and mutually benefit from an open ecosystem, its overall value grows exponentially, creating a positive feedback loop. Katz and Shapiro, 1994. While control may feel safer in the short run, the strategic benefits of openness in spurring greater innovation, scale, resilience, and profitability make a compelling case, if effectively governed, for leaders considering their ecosystem approach. The appeal of closed ecosystems. That said, the closed ecosystem model also has certain strategic advantages that should not be dismissed. Total control over the user experience. Companies like Apple tightly curate every aspect of their closed ecosystems to ensure optimal user experiences and brand consistency. Ofra, 2011. Capture fuller profit margins. By integrating hardware, software, and services within a walled garden, closed ecosystems allow companies to vertically integrate profits at each touchpoint rather than sharing margins with external partners. Hagel and Singer, 1999. Protection of core intellectual property. Closing ecosystems prevents outside parties from freely copying, modifying or reselling a company's most innovative and differentiated technologies. West, 2003. Easier monetization of proprietary assets. It's simpler for companies to charge hardware subsidies, App Store fees, software licenses, or service subscriptions within their own closed world. Armstrong, 2006. While the long-term rewards of openness cannot be denied, closed models continue appealing to companies seeking immediate control and profit optimization. For nascent ventures especially, the risk aversion of a closed system could make strategic sense initially. Both open and closed ecosystem approaches carry clear trade-offs for organizational leaders to weigh based on their unique strategic context and priorities. Rather than advocating one approach over another, a more balanced perspective acknowledges merits in both models. The right choice ultimately depends on aligning ecosystem philosophies with a company's distinct vision, capabilities, and industry circumstances. Practical considerations for organizations with an understanding of these core strategic factors in mind. What practical guidance can be offered to help companies determine their optimal ecosystem approach? Here are a few key questions for leadership teams to carefully consider. Industry norms and competitive dynamics. What ecosystem models predominate within your industry currently? While first-mover advantages exist, going against prevailing norms may prove too disruptive. However, shifts in customer needs or competitor strategies could present opportunities to differentiate through an alternative approach. Continuously scan the ecosystem and competitive landscape. Capabilities, resources, and risk threshold. What are your organizational strengths and weaknesses? Consider technical skills, partnerships, funding levels, and risk appetite. A closed ecosystem may leverage incumbent advantages better initially, while open strategies demand broader capabilities and appetite for experimentation. Start small and scale gradually based on demonstrable progress. Customer needs, values, and behaviors. Why do customers engage within your industry? Do they prioritize open participation, closed experiences, or a mix of both? Different customer segments will favor varying degrees of openness, so understand motivations across personas. Iterate based on measuring what resonates most through mixed methods like surveys, interviews, and analytics. Intellectual property protection needs. What are your most innovative and differentiated assets? For companies dependent on proprietary innovations, closed systems protect commercial interests better initially until alternative monetization models emerge. But over-relying on secrecy limits wider learning and progress. Find balanced approaches like selective open sourcing or patent pools when possible. Profitability and pricing strategies. How will you charge customers and retain margins? Open source collaborations require sustainable, non-proprietary business models. Closed platforms offer more direct monetization but risk backlash. Hybrid strategies combine proprietary and open components quite effectively when thoughtfully designed. Continuously test alternatives. Governance, participation, and contribution structures. How will input from outside partners be coordinated and prioritized? Even open systems require light-handed processes to align efforts, resolve conflicts, incent participation, and protect community health. Governance must balance open participation with coordination needed for viable roadmaps and releases. Iterate based on learnings. There are rarely simple answers to questions as strategic as open versus closed ecosystems. But through a careful analysis of industry, customers, capabilities, and priorities, ideally informed by experimentation and pilot programs, leadership teams can discern wisely. Remember, circumstances also evolve over time. Continue reassessing as strategic context shifts. Industry examples. Let's explore a few practical examples. The automotive industry, traditionally closed for commercial competitiveness and safety reasons. Some auto manufacturers are now piloting more open strategies for technological innovation through industry consortiums focused on common challenges like battery standards, autonomous driving, in-vehicle experiences. This enables competitive collaboration at the ecosystem level while still allowing differentiation. Cloud computing. Initially, each major cloud provider favored restrictive proprietary lock-in within their ecosystems. However, as organizational needs for multi-cloud flexibility grew, open standards for interoperability, portability, and hybrid deployment models gained favor. Vendors now offer both open and closed options. Healthcare, pharmaceuticals. strict regulations demand privacy within clinical systems. Yet life sciences companies piloting more open pre-competitive R&D collaborations report accelerated progress in tackling pressing global health issues like sepsis, cancer and gene therapies. Open science, when thoughtfully governed and partnered with private sector rigor, bears fruit. Social media networks, dominated by large, consumer-oriented closed platforms. But grassroots social impact organizations demonstrate promising early pilots using open-source decentralized protocols and federated architectures to empower marginalized groups with greater autonomy, ownership and protection of their online participation and data sovereignty. In all industries, the most progressive companies continuously experiment, pilot at the edges, and learn by implementing hybrid models combining both open and closed strategic advantages, dynamically shifting postures over time based on contextual factors. There is wisdom to be found in nuanced, balanced approaches. Conclusion: whether building open or closed ecosystems, there are merits in both models depending on a company's unique circumstances, priorities and stage of development. While control appears safer in the short term, research shows that open participation and distributed innovation bear the greatest rewards over the long run in spurring economic and societal progress. The keys for leadership teams lie in considering their industry context and competitive dynamics, capabilities and risk tolerance, customer needs, and profitability strategies, and intellectual property grounds. Hybrid strategies that pilot open and closed approaches in iterative fashion informed by measurement and learning will likely yield the richest strategic insights. Rather than dogmatic stances, an agile posture open to evolution serves companies best. The future may bring unforeseen shifts necessitating new ecosystem philosophies. Progressive organizations will continue scanning contexts dynamically and pilot novel combinations constantly informed by research yet attentive to pragmatism. Overall balance, nuance, and ongoing re-evaluation appear wisest guides for navigating this evolving debate. While there are no single right answers, I hope this discussion has illuminated both sides of the open versus closed ecosystem question for practitioner audiences. Most importantly, leaders must ground their choices in thorough contextual analysis and strategic fitness rather than ideological preferences alone. An open yet prudent mindset will best serve organizational aspirations for long-term growth and impact.